What do you think is the most impactful problem or concern our oceans face today? With today's media coverage, you may be tempted to say garbage, plastic straws, oil spills, or coral reef deaths. However, one problem that is not so sensationalized by our media, yet still poses one of the greatest threats to our oceans and marine biodiversity, stares right at your face every time you walk past the seafood aisle at your grocery store. Overfishing is when fish populations are being caught faster than they can replenish, leading to the eventual devastation of a fish species. Viewers with a bit of knowledge of Canadian history know that this is exactly what happened to our cod population, resulting in a national ban of cod fishing in 1992. However, regulating fishing on an international scale is a far more intimidating task. In fact, it is estimated that illegal and unregulated fishing makes up for 11 to 26 million tons, or 12 to 28%, of fish caught worldwide annually, netting criminals an estimated $34.6 billion every year. This profit and their untraceability makes it incredibly difficult to stop their actions from continuing to strain the ocean's fish population. Another problem arising from overfishing is bycatch. Bycatch are the unwanted fish species and marine animals caught during commercial fishing. Fishing methods are not innovative nor smart, and usually involve dragging massive nets or hooks along behind the fishing vessel. Animals such as whales, dolphins, turtles, sharks, and birds can get tangled in these lines and die from stress. Furthermore, when brought up to the vessel, they will simply be tossed off board with no concern for their well-being, usually in a critically injured state. It is estimated that 40% of fish caught annually is bycatch, and thus 40% of all fish caught is unusable and fatally injured or killed. For many of us, fish is an affordable source of protein, rich in healthy fats. However, that affordability rises from the past decade of exploitation and overfishing of the oceans. As fish consumption increases, both fishing populations and the number of large adult fish will decline. This incentivizes the fishing vessels to set their nets and lines deeper and to keep smaller, less mature fish than they normally would. This positive feedback loop is rapidly depleting our ocean's resources and will cause a gigantic collapse in the world's fisheries sometime in the mid-21st century. This would spell doom for indigenous and coastal populations who rely on fish as their primary source of protein, and disaster for the millions of jobs in the fishing industry. So, what can be done to solve this? At the individual level, the simple answer is to consume less seafood, and to get your source of healthy fats and fatty acids from nuts and seeds. Organizations such as the WWF and the PEW are working to convince governments to stop subsidizing their fishing industries, as it only encourages fishing fleets to grow and expand beyond what is needed. Aside from that, implementation of smarter fishing techniques, such as nets with openings for turtles, or odors that specifically deter sharks away from baits on long lines, can significantly reduce bycatch numbers. Finally, the growth of agriculture may be the key to sustainable fish production when the fisheries eventually run out of fish to catch in the near future. I hope this video has convinced you about how much of a toll overfishing has taken on the fish population. If we want our children to be able to enjoy everything the ocean has to offer, drastic changes must be made immediately. And hey, the next time you order sushi, just try and think about the process needed to get that fish from swimming in the ocean to right in between your chopsticks. Thank you for listening.